The Truth About Asperger's by Heidi Gack, 1993. My life is a paradox. My knowledge is broad and I learn things in the snap of a finger, but I can't learn that social stuff to save my life. This young girl isn't the only one that feels that way. Approximately 2 out of 10,000 children have Asperger syndrome. Even though the numbers add up, there is still scant awareness about it. Asperger syndrome is generally a mild form of autism that often comes with superior intelligence. As a matter of fact, it is on the autistic spectrum, yet so many people are unaware of it. It may be a result of high intelligence, but it is more likely because it is less common than autism. The causes, treatment, and symptoms must be made known, along with how to treat and understand people with Asperger's better. Scientists are still researching the causes for AS, and a lot of it points to genetics. People with AS are often related to someone with autism and tend to behave similarly. Unfortunately, there is no cure. However, there are methods to make the problems milder. They often go to counseling to learn social skills and modify behaviors. If certain behaviors like inattention, irritability, and compulsions are severe, they are put on medication. Psychostimulants, antidepressants, and mood stabilizers are the 3 basic categories. Furthermore, since certain proteins don't break down correctly in people who have autistic spectrum disorders, they often go on special diets, gluten and casein free. While these methods don't totally eradicate the problems, they make life a little easier for them. This leads to thinking about the symptoms. People with Asperger's tend to display the same traits as those with autism, except their intelligence is much higher. One of the main problems is lack of social skills. Some like to be alone, but even if they want friends, they have trouble initiating and maintaining such relationships. They have problems interpreting social cues and understanding social rules, and they often appear as rude or inconsiderate without meaning to. Eye contact is improper, nor are facial expressions and gestures, but the worst part of it is that they get bullied, rejected, or taken advantage of because of their social ineptitude. This ought not to be. It's wrong to treat people like dirt because of something they can't control. Another key trait is fixations. People with Asperger's tend to focus their full attention on things that interest them, and they tend to obsess about it. Everybody's different, but common interests are computers, video games, and scientific topics such as astronomy. Along with that, they like sameness. They often react poorly to change or transitions and prefer that their lives are consistent. Generally, they go by rigid and flexible schedules, usually accomplished by routines for the day. They tend to take tantrums or whine when their plans get messed up. Due to all of this, some people view them as odd or mentally retarded, but that's just the way they are. Personally, I think their behavior can be neat. Their focus and organization can take them far and wide. Fellow students, it is important to understand that their behavior is not their fault. Even though they can get treatment, they won't change. They were born like that and they'll have to deal with it for the rest of their lives. Just because they're different doesn't mean they're inferior. They deserve every last bit of the respect a normal person gets. The kindest thing you can do for someone with Asperger's is to befriend them. Everybody has the right to have friends in spite of who they are. It could even be the best choice you'll ever make. With all deficiency aside, some could be wonderful friends because of their personality. Some of them will stop talking about their fixations just to help a friend get through hard times. Many of them are actually polite, respectful, and kind people who wouldn't think twice about putting a friend's needs first. However, be prepared to deal with their social problems, which I mentioned earlier. Please don't judge and try to understand that they can't help being handicapped. They try so hard, and a little help and understanding can boost their spirits through the roof. I have Asperger's. I have a mild case of it, but my problems are probably the same as those who are dealing with a more severe case. I'm a kind, respectful person with great manners and an open heart. My grades are in the 90s, and I just finished a book I want to publish. I'm usually easy to get along with, plus I actually care about others. However, I have been depressed lately. I have very few friends, and I've been getting bullied every day. I don't even want to get up in the morning because I'm sick of being the school loner. I tried to make more friends, but they talked about me behind my back or ended up leaving me for popularity after a while. One of them even said I was a stalker. I could not believe my ears when I heard that. I was appalled beyond words. I never knew how despicable people can be. I still resent them for treating me like that, but I try my best to pull through. My life is awfully rough right now. Even though Asperger's isn't as common as autism, people need to know what causes it and what the symptoms are. Moreover, it's important to understand and treat them properly. They also go through the same emotional problems as those with autism, especially rejection. Understanding this doesn't require the mental ability to do so. Action must be taken. Understanding and befriending someone with a disability is the best thing you could do. It could change that person's life forever.